Okay, everyone, so now we are going to be talking about more detailed closing scripts in these particular sections. So as we talked before, there are four main reasons and four types of objections that you're going to be facing and the categories, and that's money, time, stall, and product. And in this video, we're going to be talking about scripts that you can use, okay? Scripts that you can use when you are facing objections related to price, money, okay? But mainly this particular section is going to be more detailed towards the non-medical private pay home care companies that provides caregivers and homemakers. So this mainly is for you guys right there, okay? So let's go ahead and get started on the different types of objections you're going to face that are pretty much in the category of money and budgets. So, it's pretty much the affordability aspect of things, right? Somebody may say, I don't think I can afford this for mom. I don't think I can afford this for grandpa, right? But guess what? They have no other choice but to afford it and make sense of it. They might as well get a great service from you guys, okay? So you're going to say, when they say, I don't think I can afford to do this, you're going to say, do you think it's going to get any easier to afford the services later? Look, when's the best time to do something nice for yourself, for your mom, for your grandpa, for your aunts? Let's do this now. Then you can go continue on with presenting your product and your services. Like I said, if it's in regards for pricing and cost, you're going to bring that up early on. You don't want to wait till later to provide the pricing for your services. You should bring up the price in the beginning before the presentation happens during the qualification process. And the reason for that is you want them to be able to make sense of why the cost of your services are in that level. Why is it 26? Why is it 27? Why is it $25 an hour? Okay, so if they say, once again, I don't think I can afford to do this, you can then also say, when you say you're not sure you can afford it, do you mean the weekly payments, the monthly payments, the price? What exactly are you not sure of? Once again, you're trying to siphon things down and funnel them down to be able to really figure out what really is the objection. It's not about the price. What part about the price is what they can't afford or they have a problem with? Here's another two from, I don't think I can afford this. You can say, I can't even believe you said that. Now, knock the negative talk. If you can't do this, no one can. We're here to be able to provide services for your mom. You called us because you know that you need services for your mom. You knew this before we even spoke, that this is over your budget. Everything about home care is over people's budget because we did not prepare for that. Now let's figure out how we can solve this for you and your mom, or for you and your dad, you and your grandpa, you and your grandma. You can say, look, it's my responsibility to make it affordable for you. If I'm unable to do so, then we can always consider some alternatives. But let's stay with what you want and let me work it out. Fair enough? Then you can move on saying, hey, we can adjust the prices. How can you adjust the prices? Several ways, okay? So this is a more advanced training. If you're providing non-medical and private pay, can you charge less if they're paying by checks and by cash? Yes, you can, right? Because if you have to charge a credit card, what happens? The company, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, is going to take a percentage off. So you can save them some money by saying, hey, pay by cash or pay by check. Can you offer them a lesser cost if they prepay? Meaning they prepay for the services ahead rather than you billing them later on? You should be able to. So these are the things that you can kind of work around into your products and to your services. You can reduce the prices a little bit. And that's why you don't want to start off with a low price, because you should have wiggle room to adjust the pricing as you need to for the services that you're offering. Now this is a longer one. You can say, hey, thanks for being so honest with me about your budget concerns. I'll take responsibility for that and work this out. Let's see how we can put this within your budget. If we can make it out and what you're comfortable with. Otherwise, I wouldn't expect you to sign up and use our services for your mom and dad. Now, let me ask this question. How much are you paying for rent? How much is insurance? How much are utilities? Do you have alimony, child support? Okay, look, what we're doing here is whatever you add to that list of different things that you know that they're paying monthly for, what you can do is you can find a way to create cushion and find a way to be able to have them find some additional money that they need to be able to spend for mom, for dad, for grandpa, for grandma. Okay? So that's the affordability action. The next one is money. But money and affordability, it's pretty much all under one roof, okay? So let's go ahead with more money closes, especially for you guys in the non-medical home care industries. This is what we call the agreement close. You know, you can say, listen, I agree, it's not a lot, it's a lot of money, and expect that you knew that before you even got here. Before you even started looking at this for your loved ones, you knew it was a lot of money. Now I need your okay for me to be able to present to you why our services are what you really need, okay? You're gonna get a person saying that it's a lot of money when you present the money. You can tell a person we're $26 an hour and they're gonna say it's a lot of money. You can say it's $15 an hour and they're gonna say it's a lot of money because it's more money than what they will be paying before your services, right? It's not in their budget. They didn't expect to do this. They never looked into finding home care till now. And so that's what we need to be able to handle. You can say, I agree, and everyone that has ever used our services said exactly the same thing when I gave them the price. I need your approval here for us to be able to show you how to make sense of the services that we're offering so that you can see the value of it. Because there's two choices. Use our services or the type of services we're offering or not to. Now let me ask this question. Now you can plug in what they call the Ben Franklin close. If you should have watched our basic closing technique, right? So now you can stack what we call closing techniques. Stack them all up to create the conversation. Okay, so then you can add what we call the Ben Franklin close. Listen, let me ask this question. Most people, when they want to make a decision, the best way to do that is to be able to write in a piece of paper the pros and the cons. And if more pros apply towards this particular decision, then choose that decision. Let's go ahead and talk about what are the pros and cons right now. So now I'm going to talk to them when I'm presenting to them the pros and the cons that they may have. Be grateful close. Listen, the fact that somebody is willing to pay for mom and dad to get additional services, they should be very grateful. There's people out there who can't even afford that and their parents are suffering. So you can say, hey, look, I agree with you and be grateful that you can even take time to look into these services for your loved ones. Or you can say, you know, not everyone can do this. There are people on this planet starving and look at you. You're taking care of your loved ones. Sir, ma'am, I need your agreement here. Let me show you how we can take care of mom and dad. Let me show you the steps on working with us and how easy it is and how we can maintain your mom to stay at the comfort of their home. Congratulations, close. I tell people congratulations every time that they meet me, right? I can say, look, it's a big investment. It's a big spending for you. It's past your budget. And guess what? You should congratulate yourself for being able to even make an investment, to be able to make a decision to actually provide these services for your mom and dad. Selection alternative close. Hey, if the payments are too high, if it's over your budget, I suggest that we go back and consider the other packages we have. And so this is when you're going to create packages. Options is the ideas here, right? So when I'm presenting to somebody for non-medical, for private pay, I'm not just going to say, hey, the cost is $25 an hour or $26 an hour. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give them three options. I say, from looking at your mom, there's several things that we can do for you. There's what we call the 24-hour care, and this is how much it costs for you. We can actually provide 12-hour care, and this is the cost for you. And we can provide 4-hour care, and this is the cost for you. Give them options, right? People like options. Everything that you purchase from smart companies, from successful companies, they never try to sell you one product. They give you three options. Look at the iPhones. They're going to give you what? The Plus and the regular iPhone. Two choices. And then within those choices, there's the colors. Within those colors, they have the size of memory. Multiple choices is what a lot of the most successful companies out there do. When you were buying your phone plan, they gave you a $19.99 plan, a $29, and a $99 plan. But somewhere in there, they have additional plans, the $59 and the $49, and depending on how much memory you want, how much data you need, there's options that are created. And that's why you should actually provide options when you're marketing and giving price to people. Budget close. Hey, guess what? And sir, you can probably say that about your credit cards, your car payments, and your insurance, your taxes, your groceries, restaurants, heating bill, your electric bill. They're all too much. They're all over your budget, and you would rather pay less. But guess what? We're in the same situation right now. This is something that you need for your mom. This is something that you need for grandpa. It's either you're going to do it now or not do it at all. Deciding to move it on for another week, 2 weeks, no matter what, you're going to make this decision. I'm here right now. Let's make sense of things. Let's create a program and a process to be able to set up your mom, take care of grandma, take care of grandpa, whatever you want to be able to add in this. Okay, so you guys have to add whatever you want, customize it. Like I said, I always customize all these things. There's the core aspect of the whole sales closes, but we change it as it goes because you don't have to learn it verbatim. You just have to be able to know the core structure of the close. Can't take it with you close. Denzel Washington said in a speech once that you will never see a U-Haul following a hearse. You just won't, right? Because you can't take it with you when you die. You might as well enjoy it, as they say in life. Enjoy every moment, right? So you can say, I agree it's a lot of money. I agree it's over your budget, but you can't take it with you. Let's do this. Let's take care of mom. Let's take care of dad. The choice is you care for mom or you not care for mom. Or you still care for mom by giving yourself some time and let us handle doing the rest and take care of them. No shortage of money clothes, right? Hey, agree it's a lot of money, but look, there's no shortage of money on this planet. There's shortage of people who are happy and who have loved ones in their lives that are getting the right care. Let's do this right now. Let me show you how we can make sense. And let me present to you our programs and services and how we can take care of your mom and keep them at the comfortable home that they're currently in. Because if we don't care for her, the price of her going to the hospital more is going to be more ridiculous than what you're going to be paying here. Money equal close. If the money was the same, which agency would you rather work with? So these closes are what you're going to use if somebody says, well, company X is charging you this much. And you can stack in the Ben Franklin close here, right? So have them write the pros and cons, and if there's more pros about your company, then say, hey, choose my company. You can say, hey, let's write the pros and cons for my companies, and let's write the pros and cons for the other company. But guess what? If you have enough programs and services and ideas that you can add into your company, if you're offering your medication reminder program, right? So if you go to medicationreminderprogram.com, a great company, you can spend $5 to $10 per patient, and they are going to get a phone call every single day to remind them to take their medications. Medication noncompliance is one of the major reasons why people end up in the hospital. So you can provide that services for them. Not charge them, you're going to take that off your profits, but $5, $10 to be able to get a patient to take care of 32 hours a week, 52 weeks in a year. Imagine the profit that you can actually make from there. You can say, hey, look, you work hard, right? You know, hey, look, I know it's a lot of money, Mrs. Jones, and that's exactly why someone like you works so hard, so that you can earn the right to have those things that you want and care for your relatives, care for your mom. Your parents did this. I would even include the parents' clothes in here, where I say, listen, when you were young, right, your parents made sure they spent the money to take care of you. And I'm sure you feel the need to make sure that you return the favor towards them. It's funny, there was a study in 1995 that the cost of living to be able to care for a child till they graduate college is somewhere around $170,000. And they say now it's doubled that, right? The money, the food, the education, right? All that spending now they say is going to be somewhere in $250,000 to $300,000 range to care for a child from being born or from when the woman is pregnant all the way till they finish college. That's the average. So I tell people you can add the parents' clothes, right? Add that in there. I know it's putting guilt in there, but it's putting the pressure in there for them to be able to make sense. Are you telling me that you can handle taking care of mom and dad and you won't do it? Well, I'm going to bring up the whole idea. Your parents brought you up. They spent the money on you. Why can't you spend it on them? You had the means for it. They could have invested that money, saved all the money instead of having you as a person, and maybe had that money now to be able to care for themselves. But they had you. You're responsible for them now. That's the mindset you must have. Gratitude close. Look, Mr. Smith, Janet, I agree it's a lot of money. I agree it's over your budget. Be grateful that you and your family are in a position to even consider the services for mom, for dad, for your grandparents. There are families out there who cannot take care of their relatives, and their relatives are now in a long-term care facility, relying on Medicaid right now because no one's visiting them. You're in a position that you can do this for mom and dad, so you should be grateful about this. Now let me show you how we can actually provide the services for them. You knew that before close, right? I've said this earlier on before. I'll stack this with other closing techniques. This goes after you give them, once again, the cost of the money. These are the objections you're going to get when people hear how much the services cost. Listen, I agree, it's a lot of money, and you knew that before you even got here. You knew that. That's why you called us. You knew that it was going to cost you money. Other than myself, when you want to sit down and talk to another person about their product and services, you're going to hear the same price and cost in the same area. But I can show you that our programs and services are things that are unique with us. And then in here, when they hear $25 an hour, that is going to be a lot for them in their heads. And what I'm going to do is, I'm like, listen, it's not $25 an hour. It really isn't. If we're servicing your mom 4 hours a day, it's actually going to cost you $36,500 for the whole year. So let me ask this question. How can you make sense of $36,000 if we provide 4 hours of care to your mom in 1 year? Because if they can't make sense of the $25, let me just go ahead and tell them how much it's going to cost for the whole year. To give them a comparison matrix. Well, Michael, I might scare them off. Well, they're already scared off by the $25. They are. They're scared of the $25. Let me tell them how much it's going to cost them a whole year. Then let me break that down how much it's going to cost them in a month, in 6 months. Because if they can't make sense of $25, they cannot make sense of $36,500 for a whole year. And that's 4 hours of care a day. Add $25. Are you willing to put pressure? Pressure and carbon equals diamonds. Pressure and closing gets revenue for your company. There's two choices. Close the person and get revenue, or don't close them and not make any money for your company. And if you can't make money for your company, you lose a job. If you're an owner of an agency, you can't make money, guess what? You lose a company. You came into this industry. You have to do everything you can to win, whatever it takes. So you guys have to understand that when you're out there marketing for your company, marketing for your products, marketing for your services, you must be willing to handle any objection that comes up. And for home care companies, you non-medical private duty companies, money is going to be one of the biggest objections you're going to face. And so you have to first make sense of that and ask yourself this question. $25 an hour of services. Does my company really provide that service? Worth that service? Because if you can't even make sense on why you're charging $25 an hour, why are you even marketing your products and services? If you can't say that you have some of the best trained caregivers out there, then why even be in this business? You have to block your own objections and believe in the product in order to be able to block other people's objections and for them to be able to make sense of why they need to use your company, your services, your programs compared to the competition out there. So I hope this section helps you guys out. Remember, this is Michael with Home Health Success Academy. Our goal is to be able to help you create more success by increasing your census, increasing your patient referrals. And always understand that home health marketing is easy when you know what you're doing. And we're giving you everything that you need to know so that it becomes easy for you.